welcome to World AIP, the channel dedicated exclusively to helping you implement the Autoimmune Protocol. I'm Stacy, and today I'm going to show you what I've been eating for breakfast lately. I go through phases, so for like a year I ate dates and coconut chips or coconut butter, and then I reintroduced nuts and I was eating like dates and pecans for like a year. But the dates were kind of high in fructose. So then I switched to my baked white sweet potato bars. There's a link here to those, and those kept me very happy every morning for a while. And I don't know, just to switch things up a little, I delved into the oatmeal world. You can make an amazing fake oatmeal out of spaghetti squash. I didn't try it for like a long time because I was like, yeah, right. But it actually is good. I'll link below to a recipe that I like from Healthy, Fat, and Fit. But lately what I've been doing, and I'm loving it, is I've been making like a type of porridge. If you were a big oatmeal fan, you love this. And you don't have to like plantains. It's made out of plantains, but it doesn't, I don't like plantains. If I just boil a plantain and eat it, I don't like it. I find it, the taste is just bland, the texture is waxy and kind of hard, and I don't like it. I like this. So basically I twice cook them for maximum digestibility, and then I add a couple little things to make it very yummy, and the texture is kind of oatmeal-like and it's customizable. So yeah, let me show you how I make it. I like to make my porridge in big batches just so I don't have to do it all the time, like maybe once, twice a week. I'm low on plantains, or I'd make 6 or 8 of them, but I have 4 here. And I like them when they're just yellow. They're not like black. And I'll do it sometimes with them a little bit greener too, but then they're not as sweet. Overripe, and then it starts to aggravate my histamine issues, so I try to keep them to this shade of yellow. And you know, I used to score them down the middle, and then I learned that I don't even need to. These are going to come right out of this. This is going to split open on its own. I don't even have to do that, so I just cut the ends off and cut them in half. If I didn't have an Instant Pot, I would put these in a big pot of water and boil them for 20 minutes. But I do have an Instant Pot. So I put a 1.5 cups of water in the bottom of my Instant Pot, and you can use the rack that it comes with. And I put all the pieces in here. And then I cook these on manual high pressure for, I go a little overboard. I just want to make sure they're super cooked and digestible, so I actually put them in there for like 35 minutes. I like them the way they come out, so 35 minutes it is. Now that they're pressure cooked, I'm just gonna let them cool enough to be able to touch them, but look how, see the skin split and they pop right out. The skin comes right off. So you don't even have to go through all the trouble of scoring them. So I'm going to let these cool down enough to handle, take them out of the skin, and throw them in a big pot. And then at this point, no need to measure, I just put a bunch of filtered water in. This is about 4 cups of water, so I guess 1 cup of water per plantain, but it's not very scientific. I just I put enough to cover them pretty much. And then I'm just gonna bring this to a boil because I want to twice cook these. I want them to be super digestible. And then once the water starts boiling, I just like to break them up, and they're just gonna get softer and they're just gonna start disintegrating. I can see the water started to get cloudy. You have to remember to stir these every once in a while because they'll start sticking to the pan. And this is honestly good enough. And then what I do is I just mash them up with a potato masher. And you could put them in a food processor, but I like the lumpy, chunky texture. I like it. So if you want a smooth porridge, stick it in your blender. And I just mash and mash and mash and mash. And I'm right about where I like the texture to be. Very thick. This is how I serve it. I love the texture, and it's nice and sweet. I'll serve that with a little coconut poured on top, a little coconut milk. I got some whipped tiger nut butter. I made it like the fluffy whipped coconut butter, but I mixed water in. You can use the fluffy whipped coconut butter or regular coconut butter, or I don't know, I just like to add some fat and a little touch of protein just to make it heartier. Keeps me going a little bit longer. Sometimes I add some blueberries. I got these wild blueberries at Trader Joe's. They're little. I like the little teeny weeny blueberries for this kind of thing. I just think they're cute in there. Some finely minced apples or any kind of fruit would be so yummy in here. You don't need the fruit, honestly. Most of the time I don't even add it. And the only other thing that I would put in here is a little bit of cinnamon. And I love the wild vanilla powder, but I gotta say this stuff is really pricey. I paid like $25 for this a year ago though, and it goes a long way. Like, they don't sponsor me. I know I've been using it a lot. It's just kind of, I rediscovered how yummy it is. So I put it in a little shaker bottle and I put a little bit of wild vanilla powder on there. It's just very yummy. And this will keep me full for a few hours. It's got complex carbs, a good amount of fiber, some resistant starch, and some healthy fat. It's kind of negligible on the protein, but it's got enough fat and fiber that it's going to keep my blood sugar stable. And most importantly, it's delicious. I love this. If you used to eat oatmeal or any kind of breakfast porridge type of deal like that, this is an awesome substitute. There you have it. That's what I've been eating for breakfast for the last few months, and I'm loving it. What have you been eating for breakfast lately on AIP? I'd love to hear. Subscribe if you haven't. I put out new videos every Thursday. Also check me out on Patreon. I post free clips throughout the day of what I'm up to, the grocery store, meal prep, and that's free to the public, but $2 patrons also get a monthly exclusive recipe video as a thank you. I hope to see you guys soon, and until then, be healthy.